Hurricane Neddy is such a great episode of The Simpsons, and it seems like a lot of people agree with this. It's got 8.7 out of 10 on IMDb across 3.5 thousand reviews and ratings, which is a pretty good overall score. It's the 8th episode of the 8th season of The Simpsons, directed by Bob Anderson, and this aired originally in February 1997. And this gives us a really great opportunity to get to dig a little bit deeper into Ned Flanders' character, because a hurricane hits his house and completely destroys it. And obviously, he's distraught. He doesn't understand why he has had this awful thing happen to him and his family. And everybody in Springfield rallies around him and tries to rebuild this house. And I think that this is such a fabulous thing. And the house, well, despite their best efforts, the house is less than perfect. And Ned just kind of flips after spending his entire life, basically, being as calm as he can be and understanding and accepting of people's flaws. He loses his mind. And he ends up checking himself into a psychiatric unit. And when he's there, suffering this nervous breakdown, he talks to various mental health professionals who help him to dig deeper into his past and unlock certain things from his childhood that led him to be the way he is. Obviously, I say obviously, I personally read into this that if you try and suppress things, or if you have subconsciously suppressed things, at some point that lid will lift and all of those negative emotions will come out. And that's what we see with Ned. This is just the trigger for all of this negativity and, quite frankly, hatred towards other people that he has suppressed. I really enjoyed the scenes inside the mental health facility. I thought they were very well done. They were very sensitively done. Obviously, there's still a lot of comedy in this because it's The Simpsons, but I think it tackles a potentially difficult subject very well and very effectively, and I think it did a very good job with it. With regards to Flanders' past, I found that to be very fascinating. Really enjoyed learning about his childhood, and it's definitely a lot of food for thought. And seeing little Ned Flanders was adorable and very interesting. It really is one of those episodes that from start to finish just seemed to deliver. There are a lot of things that I really thoroughly enjoyed. For example, the design of the house when they're exploring it. Just watching Ned unfold as his internal suppression pours out of him is just a little bit frightening because it's something that can happen, but also really interesting from obviously a viewing perspective. And everything that followed, I loved as well. So for me, definitely, Hurricane Neddy is maybe one of my favourite episodes, actually. I've never thought about that, but now that I'm discussing it, I do think that it is one of my favourites. Definitely one of my favourites of Season 8. Maybe one of my favourites of all time. It's definitely one that I'd happily watch again and again, and really, I have nothing but praise for it.